welcome back to our NCAA football win total series. We are on to the premier conference in college football. We have the SEC, and we have one of the premier programs in college football. We're at Alabama. Alabama's story starts with Nick Saban in 2007, 7-6 that year, adjusted to 2-6 by the NCAA. Then they go to the Sugar Bowl in '08. They win a national title in '09. They win another in 11, 12, 15, 17, 2020. They lost in the finals in 2016, 2018, and 2021. 2022, 11-2. They lose in the Sugar Bowl after missing the playoffs. And last year, the season starts off, and it's winning for Alabama once again. They start with a win against Middle Tennessee. They lose against number 11 Texas at home and then go on their win streak. At South Florida, Ole Miss, at Miss State, at Texas A&M, Arkansas, Tennessee, LSU, at Kentucky, Chattanooga, at Auburn to end the year. Nice 3-point win there. They go to the SEC title game, and they beat Georgia by 3. That puts them in the playoffs and the Rose Bowl, where they're going to face number 1 Michigan. It goes to overtime, but Jalen Milroe couldn't convert, and they lose to Michigan 20-27. Ultimately, it's a 12-2 season, and Nick Saban retires. Saban decides to call it a career, bring in Kalen DeBoer, who was in the national title game last year. He was the head coach at Washington. His head coaching career started at Fresno State in 2020, and he's always had high-flying offenses. 2 years at Fresno State, 2 years at Washington. Great offenses there. When we start, though, we got to look at the offense, and it's about Jalen Milroe. He is far more mobile than DeBoer's ever had. Jake Haener and Michael Penix were the main guys for him. He takes shots down field. They also have Ty Simpson and Austin Mack behind him. The biggest concern I have for this offense is the wide receivers. They do have tight end C.J. Dippre, who's a pretty good tight end, but it's not the same level of wide receiver core that DeBoer is used to. It's going to be Jermaine Bernard's going to have to be the main guy. They have Kobe Prentice Jr. and Kendrick Law, all juniors, but they need to step up there. At running back, they have an awesome two-headed game. Justice Haynes and Jam Miller are the running backs. I really like that running back combination. And the offensive line is great. It's led by Caden Proctor, the sophomore left tackle. They have Tyler Brooks at left guard. Parker Brailsworth is at center most likely. Jaden Roberts at right guard, and Elijah Pritchard at right tackle. This is a great starting unit, but they're super young, and there's not a lot of depth behind them. The backups are 4 redshirt freshmen and a junior at center. Definitely a concern there. When we talk about the defense, the big thing is, where are plays in the backfield going to come from? The front of the line's job is really to just, jam up things, and that will be the job of Tim Smith and Tim Keenan. I think they're going to do a good job there. Then it's the linebackers. They lost Dallas Turner. He's off to the NFL. But Deontay Lawson in the middle, Jahad Campbell in the middle should be good. They also have John Marine Latham and Quindarius Robinson that should be good on the outside. I like this secondary. They did lose some stuff. They lost Caleb Downs to Ohio State, but Malachi Moore is one of the best safeties in the nation. He's going to have to step up. They bring in Michigan transfer Keon Saab. He's a statistical stat grabber, but that's because they mainly threw towards him at Michigan because the other defensive backs were so good. They also have Zabeen Brown and Red Morgan, who's going to have to get thrown into the rotation right away. Biggest key for Alabama is going to be the run game. They're going to have to keep it on the ground more than I think they like, but Jalen Milroe can move the ball on the ground pretty well. The schedule's an interesting one when we talk about Bama and the SEC this year. No more divisions, straight conference play. They open up August 31st, Western Kentucky. That's a win. September 7th, USF. They struggled in the first half last year, but they're going to win that game. September 14th, they're at Wisconsin. I lean where win is there as well. September 21st is their first bye of the year. September 28th, they host Georgia. rematch of the SEC title game. I think that's a loss this year. October 5th, they're at Vanderbilt. That should be a win. October 12th, South Carolina. That should be a win. October 19th, they're on the road to Tennessee. That is a tough game. I lean loss there. October 26th, Missouri. I think that's a win. November 2nd, a bye. November 9th, though, they're at LSU. I think they're going to lose at LSU this year. November 16th, they get Mercer. That's a win. November 23rd, they're at Oklahoma. That's a tough game on the road. I do lean win. And then November 30th is the Iron Bowl. They're against Auburn at home. With it being at home, I lean win. Overall, I have this as a 9-3 team. This doesn't mean they're not making the playoffs, but I think they're going to be 9-3. So we're going to hit the under on this one. It's going to be under 9.5 wins at -125. It's sitting at Caesars there, and that is going to be the pick. If you like this content, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time as we continue in the SEC.